Well, I know I ain't your free bird, and I ain't no simple man. Oh, I'm just another person with a song stuck in my head. Oh, I'm just another idiot with nothing new to say. And I'm hoping that don't matter and you'll like me anyway. Cause I'm trying just to carve a little niche, but I'm up against a big wall, man, and it won't budge an inch. So I'm looking for an answer buried deep within my mind, and every time I find it, it just moves right to the side.
Look at my kitty!
Kermit the Frog here, and today's show is brought to you by the letter H and J. But Kermit, that's 2 letters. Shut up, Big Bird!
What's going on, everybody? This is Hidden Jams. I'm Andy Soroka, and today we are hanging out with Mr. Justin Parker. Justin Parker is an old friend of mine, an awesome multi-instrumentalist. He's a singer-songwriter, and plays guitar, and also plays the drums. We were in a project for
a number of years.
Yes, my friend.
It was how we met, actually. Yeah. I learned the drums so I could be in a band, and the rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history. But today, we're going to hear his song, Simple, and then we're going to play a little game with Justin and get to know him a little better. Awesome, guys. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Slow, driving round the bend. There's only one way that can end. Keep your eyes off me and on the road. So close, I feel the warmth of your stare, and I know that you're scared. Don't worry, I'll take you home, back to the place you feel most alone. Find ourselves in this place where the only name and face that we know we own. Eyes wild, but you're silent like a stone that's making its way down my throat. Living simple don't mean it's simple to live when you always got less than what the world wants you to give. But I stand against the mountains even if I'm just a man. Maybe through the distance, oh, you will see that I do this as much for you as I do for me. I wrote you all these songs and you haven't heard a word. Simple don't mean it's simple to live. There are parts of me that I wish I could forgive. Weight gets heavy as the mountains, and I am just a man. The weight gets heavy as the mountains, and I am just a man. Oh, the weight gets heavy as the mountains, and I am just a man.
Thanks for watching Hidden Jams. Now let's play a game!
What's going on, guys? We are back hanging out with Mr. Justin Parker. And right now, my friend, we're going to play some Hidden Jams Jenga, get to know you a little better.
I think that is an excellent idea. I put down my coffee. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I hope you haven't had too much. You get a little...
Well, my vision's a little shaky, but we'll see what happens. I would be surprised if the cat didn't knock it over before we finish.
Yeah, well, hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah,
but...
I hope not.
All right, my friend, I told you the rules.
You did.
You're up first.
I'm first, okay. Man.
I know, starting Jenga is always, you gotta tap around a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't own Jenga as a kid. That was not on the shelf, so.
Okay. I'll tell you, I've been getting good at Jenga now.
That's the intimidating part. That's what I'm worried about.
And you're playing against the house.
Yeah, you just tap around and you see. Usually I want to go for a middle one, but that's not happening. What's your favorite animal? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like a lot of these are going to be good questions because there's a lot of questions.
There are. There's
Turtle.
54.
Turtles, tortoises, those are my favorite animals. They seem very serene, wise, just kind of docile. Yeah. Somebody asked me out of the blue, like, well, what's your favorite? And I subconsciously just blurted it out, so I've stuck with it ever since.
Not enough people, ask adults what their favorite animal is these days.
No, nobody cares. Nobody at work is like, oh, what's your favorite animal? What's your favorite color? Nobody cares about any of your favorites after, like, the superlatives in high school for your yearbook.
But we here at Hidden Gems, we care.
We're asking the hard-hitting questions.
And I got another one.
Yes.
Sushi or tacos?
Oh, sushi tacos.
Yeah.
Sushi burritos. No.
Right.
I'm tacos. I'm team tacos all the way. You can do a lot. You can do a lot of different things with tacos.
You can.
But I love sushi. What's tough is some people only like certain types of sushi. So like, I don't like to go with somebody who's really limited and just wants like the cream cheese rolls or just wants like this or that.
Yeah.
I want to get some fancy stuff.
Oh, the conveyor belt sushis that they got? You ever been to one of those
places?
places?
Yeah. I like it. Me and my old roommate used to go all the time, and they would make us these big, like, elaborate things, and we just eat off the same plate. I think they thought we were on a date, which was fine. They went the extra mile, and they still treat us really well. So, all right. I don't want to blow it early. Who am I thinking I can get away with a one-handed shot?
You can only use one hand, I forgot. That's the rule of Jenga. One hand.
The other one was just too distracting. So what am I doing? I should go with the easy one. Does it have to be the same hand the whole time?
Yes. No, you can switch hands.
Oh, okay.
But you can only use one at the same time.
Well, I'm going left hand behind my back. I'm left-handed, so it's...
All right.
Challenge myself. The Beatles or Led Zeppelin?
Nice. A little polarizing question.
Yeah.
What side of the aisle you fall on?
There was a time where I would have said neither because I was super into punk rock and the least punk rock thing in the world was the Beatles, but then I grew up and realized I was an idiot. The Beatles.
Nice.
The Beatles.
All right.
Something about them. They just can write hooky, easy to digest songs that people still love years later.
And the thing, they're so talented though. I mean, they're not easy songs to play.
No, not at all. Not at all. I misspoke. It seems easy.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney was in a Dave Grohl's documentary. It was a Sound City, and they just wrote a song completely out of nowhere. And I was like, man, he made that look effortless.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be the MO. And that's what he said. He's like, it is easy. You just stop thinking about it.
Exactly.
Get out of your own way.
All right, my friend. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Give me your best Britney Spears impression.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? I used to cover that song. Actually, yeah. I've been trying to get into this sector of songs that I listened to when I was growing up, like crappy pop music that still kind of holds up for my generation. My first the first CD I got was Hanson, Middle of Nowhere. So
nice.
Bop, yeah.
Bop, dip it down.
Another one, very underrated Band of Brothers. They're still at it today. But yeah, there was a lot of Boys to Men, Backstreet
Wait, they're
Boys.
still at it today?
They still play.
Hanson still plays?
Hanson still plays. I think they have a movie out on Amazon or Hulu or something like that. Yeah, Hanson still plays.
Wow, did not know that.
And they're nice dudes. They seem like nice dudes. But that was the first thing, I was just really into lots of that stuff. So I've been trying to find some of those songs to cover in barroom scenarios. That one always gets people because they can't help but sing the backing vocal on the chorus.
Yeah.
And it threw me off the first time. I completely forgot the rest of the words. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But, hindsight.
Oh, that's great.
If you hear the pitter patter, it's my tiny kitty playing with a crumpled up receipt.
Yeah, you got all these nice toys, but it's the receipt that she goes after.
Yeah, that and the paper towel tube she's really into. Oh man, this seems dangerous.
We got some movement going on there. I think you got it.
No, you know what? I should just take this one. The coffee's kicking in, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll hit you quick.
I was using one hand the whole time, but like now it seems like a thing. MTV or VH1? I watched both all the time. Like I was an MTV kid. Definitely MTV if I had to pick one, because TRL really just dominated my childhood.
Yeah.
Me and
what was it? Carson Daly. Yeah.
Me and Carson Daly and Dave Holmes and Kurt Loder and Sway. Yeah, we were homies, man.
I can remember being in a hotel room with my folks. I must have been like 13, 12 when Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon passed away. I remember watching the Kurt Loder in the hotel room and being shocked by that.
Yeah, that was always how you found out.
Yeah.
Was about...
what did they call it? It was like MTV...
MTV News.
MTV News,
yeah. It would just pop up in between the shows and just it'd be Kurt Loder or whoever just
Yeah.
delivering you some sort of... Sometimes it was just random stuff like about, hey, Woodstock, this is going on. Here's some live footage from there or this, that. But yeah, that was always how I found like Aaliyah, the singer Aaliyah. That was how I found out she died. Left Eye.
Yeah.
From TLC. A huge TLC fan. Oh man, that was the first music video I remember seeing was Waterfalls. And just like those weird things that stick with you years later.
Yeah.
Another song I'd love to cover, but
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a really good one.
that's tough. Like once you get into the rap section, if you're not doing it right, nobody wants to hear it. Man.
That's
Which,
true.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss MTV when they were on their prime.
Oh man, and their original content was really good too.
It was.
I think people tend to romanticize Celebrity Deathmatch, but for what it was at the time, like that's you have to frame it in the reference of the time of like the 90s. Like that was cool.
Oh, that was such a good show.
What did you want to be when you were young? That is an excellent question. I always wanted to be a professional wrestler. And that's no secret to anybody who knows me, because I was actually very fortunate to work in professional wrestling for about 10 years. I worked for a small independent, I say small, it started off small, an independent company called Squared Circle Wrestling out of Syracuse, New York, 2CW. I was 15 when that started. So I'm 29 now. It was a wild ride. It was one of those things where my dad, we both shared a passion for wrestling. He carnied his way into letting these guys help promote their first show in the area. They'd only had a couple shows before that. And, he helped flyer and get stuff in the newspaper and just promote in the general area because he had some contacts. And he called me up one day. He's like, yeah, these guys are coming. We're doing this thing, and they need a ring crew. So if you got a friend who wants to help, show up. These guys will tell you what to do. And it was the coolest thing in the world to me.
So your father was already doing it when you had gotten into it?
Nope. He had kind of laid the groundwork.
Okay.
So we were standing in line at what was the Utica Auditorium to see a WWE show. And we got handed a flyer we found out he was the owner of the company, and now he's a dear friend of mine, Josh Jenneray. He handed us a flyer and said, hey, we're coming to town. Come check it out. And I remember Too Cold Scorpio and King Kong Bundy were on the show. And to like me, I eat, sleep, breathe professional wrestling. Had my entire life. Still do to some extent today. So I was like, oh man, we got to go to this. And he got hooked up with him and kind of worked his way into just kind of like, proving that he was worth something.
Yeah.
And I think that's a valuable lesson for anything. And I learned that amongst other things. Just like, just find where there's a hole in what you want to be. If you want to be a musician and you want to learn life on the road or figure things out, find a roadie slot. Find the heaviest thing in the room and pick it up and move it for them. Because that is usually what people want. They want somebody who's going to do grunt work for little to no pay, for nothing more than the passion of it. But that's what separates the people who are serious about it from the people who aren't, who just want, the glitz and glamour of it all. So, and it started off small, but it got huge. We trended #1 on Twitter a couple times.
Nice.
A lot of our shows got really good views. I guess you could say there was a large amount of views for a small company that didn't have major advertising. We were using some of the best guys in the world at one point. When we went out of business, our tag team champions were the Young Bucks, who everybody knows now are the face of all elite wrestling. And
it's awesome.
Executive vice presidents. Yeah, it's weird. A lot of the guys ended up going to WWE, and it's like, oh man, like this odd kind of training ground where you watched people go from working in VFWs to maybe 400 to 1,000 people to WrestleMania, 100,000 plus. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Wild, weird industry, but it's what I always wanted to do. I was very lucky. And the other thing I wanted to do is make music.
Nice.
And that's what I do now.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, yeah, you're absolutely doing that now. Oh man, that sounds
doing
fun.
that, and I'm rambling while I'm holding the Jenga piece that I'm supposed to put on the top here.
Nah, dude, that's what this is for.
Oh yeah, we're doing that.
Wow. Are you kidding?
I would never. Come on.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's right. Did you feel it? It was tangible. You could just cut that tension with a knife.
Damn.
How do you deal with stage fright? I fart a lot. It was always like that was it, man. That's how I worked through it. It's the only way.
Just get it out.
I would get like real nervous before, like 10 minutes before we're about to go on. Or anytime you're about to go on, I'm like, I start to feel it. I get the bubble guts and I just start letting it go. I guess, so I have played as a guy who plays guitar in a band. I play right now by myself, acoustic, and sing. So in those scenarios, I usually am guilty of closing my eyes a lot, which is my biggest pet peeve of watching myself on anything. Is I know I'm doing it, but it's how I kind of submerge myself into it and just try to immerse it and forget about what's going on around me so I can play as good as possible. So that's usually how I deal with it.
That's interesting. I just within the last 6 months of my playing started closing my eyes all the time when I sing now.
Yeah.
Never used to do it at all.
Yeah.
Now I start singing, eyes are shut up there. It's weird.
And I recognize that it's kind of, it shuts people out a little bit.
Yeah.
But some people understand it, or they just think that, they understand that you're feeling the music. You're just trying to be as into it as humanly possible, because once you start letting any sort of outside thoughts creep into it, you're done.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
especially when I'm trying to get some lyrics and all of a sudden I'm thinking about something that has nothing to do with what I'm doing.
Yeah. More than stage fright, it's usually just the thoughts.
Yeah.
You get to put them away for a little while, because some people would say that's silly, but I think it's, once you've done it enough times, it can't help but happen. You can't help but start to analyze the room. You can't help but analyze your playing. And if you start to slip, then you start to freak out about that. I mean, that's just me. I think a lot of musicians, surprisingly, have poor self-esteem about their playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something that I found that's pretty common. So to get out of your head, I think it pays to, when I was drumming, when I drum in any sort of scenario on stage, that's a little easier for me because I have this wall up.
Yeah.
It's nobody can really get to you or really, they can't hold a conversation with you, which is a great thing.
Although I've tried when we've been playing before. And
yeah, exactly.
I'm leaning over the drum set and talking to you.
I would much rather talk to anybody on the stage.
Yeah.
That'll happen where we'll go back and forth about what, maybe it's something funny happening, or maybe it's hey, we're going to go here and do this, or we should do this. But, I've seen...
Don't stop playing.
Or I'm going to kill you. Which, I didn't stop playing.
He didn't stop playing.
I couldn't. He was going to kill me. And he was so serious. If you saw the look in his eyes, he was so serious. But I've seen people try to talk to you while you're playing. You're out here riffing on something, trying to be into your thing, and they got their beer in their hand. They're like, "You're doing a great job."
It just happened to be a couple gigs ago. I'm in the middle of this thing and I'm soloing and I'm playing, and this dude walks right up to the stage, and I love him to death. He's a good friend of mine, but he was trying to say goodbye to me. And he's like, "All right, dude, I'll see you later. I'll see you." And he almost reaches out to shake my hand, and I'm just staring at him. Sorry, dude. I'll see you later. I'm in it right now.
I kind of got something going on over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get that thing I sent you.
Yeah.
You check that out.
Oh, man.
I think it's your turn.
I know it is.
Okay. The stage fright.
Look what you've done.
Yeah, I threw a curveball there. There's some loosies in there.
Yeah. Problem is.
And what's, like, you can't take the top layer, obviously.
No, you can't. You're not supposed to actually take from the top 3.
The top 3, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's going to help me out a little bit.
I'm going to go the other way with this. Why am I working away from myself?
Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't yet, so.
You can if you want to.
If I feel like I got to pepper it in.
Yeah.
Make it more interesting for...
Name the first song you ever wrote.
Ooh. First song I ever wrote that I played in front of people?
No. What's the first song you ever wrote? Can you remember?
Oh, man. I used to write songs that I thought were very original, but really I was just ripping people off. I guess the first song I would say that I wrote incomplete and said, like, this is a song, this is done, this is something. It was called Refuse. And it was a situation where I worked at a cafe that had an open mic night. Tramontaine Cafe in Utica, New York. Shout out to them.
Nice, absolutely.
Robin and Garrett, I love you. And they really pushed me to play because they knew that I had a guitar.
Yeah.
You know, it was like the week 2. It was like, so you play music? You do anything? And I'm like, I bang on this electric guitar that I bought. I'm not very good, but I'd like to join like a punk band. That was always what in terms of music, I saw it as attainable. Not that I didn't like other things, because like most people, I've got a pretty broad range of things that I like listening to, and can find merit in pretty much anything.
Absolutely.
Knowing how hard it is to be a musician and to
That's such a good mindset, and it's not enough people have that, though. I love that.
Yeah, I actually recently, I'm taking it's like a history of music class, to finish up my degree, and that is just interesting as all hell, because you're never gonna get like the Chuck Berry or like the birth of jazz or anything like that. They're going way back, to like Gregorian chanting and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff. And you see these people who are just like, what is this? Why? What is the purpose of this? Why do I have to study this? It's like, well, first of all, you chose the class, but second of all, it's interesting to think that like we as human beings invented this thing for a number of different reasons, and I can get down with pretty much anything, but punk was what I was like, I could do that. That looks easy enough. The first song I taught myself was Blitzkrieg Bop, but the first song I wrote was called Refuse, and it was just about refusing to be abused by the ignorance of the people that I saw. I thought I was so smart at fucking 19 years old. It was just, and a lot of it comes out of just personal experiences and the people that you meet, and usually the best stuff ends up coming from somebody you don't get on with. I like a love song every now and again, but that song was totally just...
Nice.
I'm gonna cut you up and put you in a freezer. Like, come on, man. It doesn't age well.
Yeah.
So the first song
I got a couple songs like that.
Yeah.
You wrote when you were a teenager.
You're like, oh man.
I'm embarrassed to play it, but I got one of those songs people beg me to play all the time, and I'm like, not singing those words.
Like, you're not that person anymore, and it's...
And then, music is wild because sometimes, it gets trapped in those sentiments, and then, you're constantly playing it throughout the years, and
You got to play a song that you don't identify with at all anymore.
Yeah.
But it's because so many people have glommed onto it and made it their own. Once you put it out into the ether, it's not yours anymore.
Exactly. That I love that sentiment. I love that. That's a really great thought.
It's one of those things where somebody explained it to me. We were talking about a song that I had recorded called "The Rate We Decay," and he was talking about decay in music, in sound, how sound decays, and that was like way over my head at the time, and I'm like, oh well, this song is about my ex-girlfriend, so it's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, man. Like, I like it, it's a good song for the reasons that I put to it. We prescribe our meaning to everything in the world, whether we realize it or not. You only know your one lens. As much as I'd like to think I look at it from other sides, it's like, nah, man, there's a bias there.
Yeah.
It's
that's really good stuff, man. That's really good.
How do you roast your marshmallow?
That's important.
I burn it.
Burn it?
Oh man, I burn it. I am the dude who sticks it on the stick, jams it into the fire, and then pulls it out to watch it burn.
You can't be bothered with that golden nice color. Waiting the 10 minutes, twisting it around.
No, not at all. Like, first of all, I didn't make s'mores a whole lot when I was a kid. Second of all, I really like setting things on fire. So that was something I did do as a kid. So it was, yeah, man, it was something about just you burn it. I like burnt things. Like, when I ate hot dogs, I burnt hot dogs. You know, like, you could burn pretty much anything, and I'm gonna eat it. It's fine by me.
Nice.
Except a steak. But even then, I like that. I heard somebody call it Pittsburgh style, where it's like really black on the outside but bleeding on the inside.
Yeah, I think they call it black and blue or something.
I like that. I like that type of stuff. I can get down. You said one hand, right?
One hand.
What if I stabilize this side with my thumb? Does that count?
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna say that's okay.
Look, I'm gonna let it go because you're definitely gonna knock this thing over. If not me, the cat. The cat's getting awful close right now. You've been here long enough that.
You got it.
Ooh.
You got it, dude.
Stick with that.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
Do you have any special talents?
Outside of music.
Well, let me start with I can touch my nose with my tongue. So.
Wait, you can what?
I can touch my nose with my tongue.
Oh, I thought you said thumb for a second.
Yeah, I can touch it with my thumb.
That's pretty hard, dude.
Are you not impressed, good sir?
So let's see it.
I can do that.
Let's see it. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that impressive.
That's
But,
pretty
like
impressive.
people think that's worth noting.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. Is this the part where I plug being a puppeteer? Because that's probably
absolutely.
it. That's probably it.
This is it.
I have been a puppeteer with the Guild of Thespian Puppets for a number of years. We do. So I guess the skill in that is doing different voices, and yeah, that's a lot of fun.
You've been doing the puppets for a long time now.
Like 6 years at this point, yeah. And like we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Check us out. It's a lot of fun. It's just one of those things where you want to entertain people. You know, I've been bitten by the bug of trying to entertain people no matter what, whether it's music, whether it was wrestling, and whether it's puppets. I just like to pop an audience.
Yeah.
You know, I like people to just go, hey, that was great, or I like people to kind of forget about their lives for a little bit. You know, the same way that I do. Like, I like to go out to as many shows as possible, whether it's a concert, a small local show or a big arena show, or go see a play or go see this or that. I just love being immersed in people doing what they love to do. Yeah. You know, I can really get down with that. So that was part of it. I was like, I just want to hang out with my friends and make funny voices and hopefully make some people laugh. And it's really rewarding. I never consider myself a kids person, but there's something for being able to get an audience full of kids to pay attention to you, first of all.
Absolutely.
And second of all, to remember it.
Yeah.
And come away from it. Actually, my girlfriend's niece was very unsure about me, but then she saw me do a puppet show, and now we're best friends.
Turn the tide.
Turn the tide. For that and the Moana stickers, like, I won her over. But like, after that show, she turned a corner.
Yeah.
She's like, oh man, like, this guy's not so bad.
Nice.
So
excellent.
That and the tongue thing. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, dude, you got some talents there, buddy.
Thanks, man. So do you. You're good at what you do. That's
playing some Jenga.
He's good at playing Jenga.
I have fun.
He's good at talking to people. He's good at maintaining that hair, which is
not easy.
Not easy, man.
A lot of work goes into this
hair. You've had those a while.
Ooh, 5 years.
I know. When I first met Andy, he did not have any of that.
Yeah.
He was Hat Andy at the time.
I was. Yeah, if you look back, yeah.
He had this particular hat he wore all the time.
And I wore that hat for like 8 years straight. When I had dreads when I was younger, and I cut them off, and it was probably about a week later I put that hat on, and I didn't take it off until I got dreads again.
It grafted to your scalp at one point.
It really did.
You couldn't take it.
I called out at work one day because I couldn't find that hat. Absolutely did.
That's dedication.
Absolutely did. I was like, I'm not leaving this house without that hat.
Yeah.
And it was a Puma hat.
Shout out to Puma.
Shout out to Puma.
Getting that free press.
Where do you write your best material? I
like to think that like my best stuff comes in the morning. Like I wake up and I I'm just like, drink a lot of coffee.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the few vices I have left.
It's a good one.
Okay, yeah, that's kickstarts my day. But on the drive to work, I usually am just spitballing 1,000 different ideas. I kind of find myself in a really manic headspace at that time. So that's when I'm generally the most creative. It's when I've come up with the most opening lines to a song, because that to me is the hardest thing, is how do I open it and where am I going from there? I know where I'm going if I know where how I'm opening. And there's nothing like a good first line to hit people right where you want to hit them. And to get your message across. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
We're in there, man. Oh, we're going to do this one. There it is. Look at that.
this is the tallest it's ever gotten with it. You have hit that point.
What's your favorite piece of band merch? Oh. That I own, or just like the thing I like to see at a...
What do you like to see at
Something that's outside of the ordinary. I love stickers, so I'll always get stickers and buttons.
Yeah.
Those are usually the low-cost things that I'll get. If there's a really good shirt design that's not a tour shirt, I'll get it. I just don't like tour shirts. I never have.
Yeah.
It's just a personal preference. But the coolest thing the thing that I like the most is like a coffee mug.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of those, actually.
Not very many. I got one from Frank Turner, and it was because it was a coffee mug.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Let's get some more coffee mugs out there, bands.
Get some coffee
I wanna
mugs.
see
Get
that.
away from the rubber band like bracelet things. Those are out. Okay, we're not doing those anymore.
Way out.
This
Coffee mugs, though. I like that a lot.
coffee mugs. It becomes a game of like carrying it at the show, but
That's true.
yeah, it depends how hard you're gonna go in the mosh pit, man.
So you bring the coffee mugs out at the end.
Yes, yeah, break them as they're filing out, because you know you're gonna get slammed at the end.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. You listen to classical music?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, all the time. I like it when I'm driving.
Me too.
I'm looking, well, that music history class, I'm in the Baroque period now. So that's very interesting, like Bach, all
Yep.
that stuff. I've always liked that. I actually have gotten into Christmas music as I got older, which,
That's a weird one.
yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know. There's no way to say that and not seem like a 75-year-old lady, but
Yeah.
it's like the Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, so good. See, it's like this small glimmer of hope in the like icy tundra of upstate New York,
Yeah,
where I don't
yeah.
see the sun for 6 fucking months. Like,
We get Christmas.
at least I can hear and think about Snoopy. I'm going on the bottom.
Oh, dude.
Don't run, kitty.
That
Stop running.
That is your block now.
I need total silence.
Woo.
Oh, there's a hair in it. I think it's mine. That could cost us the whole operation. Tell a childhood story. I like this block because it looks like a child wrote it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
That was actually the only one that I wrote. And I instantly got pulled off that project.
Oh man,
That's
well,
totally true. That is totally true.
that's. I mean, childhood is a long word. Like that's.
I tried.
I'm bad with like the sizing of letters. I always would try to do like a big bubble letter sign. And you do the 3 letters. It's like, oh man, I got 6 more to go. I'm not gonna nail this.
All right.
A childhood story.
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be music related?
No.
What's the cutoff on childhood? What age?
4 to 10.
10. Oh man, I busted my face open when I was like 1 or 2. Like I was really young. You can still kind of see like in my eyebrow there's a little scar right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But I had to have like plastic surgery because it was so close to my eye.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was running in when I was a kid and I just like smacked the corner of a coffee table. Busted me wide open.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And my mom was a nurse, like still is, bless her heart, but she was useless in that situation
Yeah.
because it's her
It's
kid.
yeah.
And it was, I was so young. That was it. Oh, and the other, like, I would, just an ad note, I broke all my toes. That was probably a better one, too. I broke all
At
my
the same
toes.
time?
Yeah, at the same time. I jumped down a flight of stairs. I was like, yeah. All of my childhood stories involve me getting seriously injured.
Damn.
Most of them were wrestling related.
Damn.
Except for the face thing. Took it like a champ, though. Oh my god.
I think I got it.
You got this. Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
That was close.
I see what I mean.
That was close.
I said it was clumsy, and then I did a clumsy thing.
Now you're gonna do something even more clumsy.
Oh shit!
Sing Happy Birthday backwards. As far as you can make it.
Like, like the word backwards, or
Like in the words in order backwards.
Fuck, that's You two birthday happy. You two birthday happy. So I was trying to reverse like the melody. You two birthday happy. I should have said your name.
You two birthday happy.
I like to take the high harmony.
Yeah.
No one's taking that.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I was, man.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was hard.
Like I said, we asked the tough questions.
I
here.
should have did the James Brown version.
Oh, that would have been
in
good.
retrospect.
Yeah.
I could see this one. I think it says Big Ear Tupac. It's Biggie all the way. We're not gonna get to that one. But.
Yeah, that's a load bearing.
The structural integrity is
Be shot after that.
oh. Yeah, none of these are gonna come easy. Let's go to the one next to that one. Let's see how that's going.
Oh, you got it.
You think so?
Yeah,
As you could see it moving. Oh,
you got it.
I really don't.
You've pulled on it too much at this point.
Oh, this is it.
Oh! That is it, my friend. Justin Parker, ladies and gentlemen. Any shout-outs you want to give? Anything you want to talk about, my friend?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I
Absolutely.
really enjoy what you're doing. And people like you are hard to come by. Just out here supporting the scene. So
Oh, man.
that's
Thank
good
you.
shit. I always enjoy seeing you. I will have music available at some point in time. I'm the worst self-promoter because I will like put stuff out little by little and try to promote myself, and then I realize like, God, I hate doing that shit. I'd rather just
Well, you make good music,
stuff.
man. So.
Yeah, just make stuff. So thank you. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. There's some songs up on YouTube. I should have an EP sometime early next year.
Awesome.
Presently untitled. Guild of Thespian Puppets. Shout out to them. Just keep them busy. Thanks a lot
Awesome.
for coming over, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, Justin's the guy. In the video description, you were going to find links to everything Justin Parker, all of his music, all of his YouTube videos. You're going to find
Whatever
links to
there
the Guild of Thespian Puppets. Make sure you guys check them out. Follow the links. And thank you so much. Check in with you next week. This has been Hidden Jams. Fade out. Just fade out. Fade out. It takes a lot of courage to get through the hard times. Takes a lot of practice to sharpen out blurred lines. Takes a lot of things that you'll never say, but for all the words that make it, they will carry their weight. It takes a lot of moments that you need to make right. It takes a lot of long days, a whole lot of long nights. Takes a lot of dreams that you'll never see, but for all the dreams that take, you'll find the one that you need.
Wow, that show was bananas!